pleasure to have you join us at this time on the news at 3. I am Joy Annie. Our top stories. FCT Minister Barrister Wike assures protesting teachers of rescue effort warns against politicizing insecurity. Abadi Chairman Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi honored with NYSC Award of Excellence. Federal government scraps 3 months pre-retirement leave for civil servants. Now the news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has promised that all efforts will be made to rescue the teachers and pupils abducted in Oyo State. According to a statement posted on his verified X handle on Monday, security agencies have been directed to deploy every lawful means available, including both kinetic and non-kinetic approaches, to ensure the safety return of the victims. The president also expressed sorrow over the killing of a teacher during a recent abduction of pupils and teachers in a rural local government area of Oyo State, and extended his condolences to the wife of the deceased, Mrs. Mary Oyedoko. Also, President Tinubu stressed that children should never be subjected to the trauma of adoption. He further assured that affected communities that ongoing effort to rescue the abducted pupils and tutors would remain sustained, coordinated, and intelligence-driven. He also reiterated measures already approved to strengthen security in the area, including the deployment of a specialized security unit equipped with advanced rescue capabilities. The president's statement comes amid heightened concern over the May 15, 2026 abduction, which prompted the federal government to dispatch a high-level delegation to the affected communities in the rural local government area. Meanwhile, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, has assured protesting teachers and civil society organizations in Abuja that security agencies are working to secure the release of adopted teachers and students. Addressing demonstrators at FCT Administration Secretariat on Tuesday, Wike said the federal government remains committed to ensuring the safe return of all victims of recent school abductions. He noted that security agencies are effectively pursuing efforts to rescue those in captivity. The minister expressed confidence in the country's security institutions, stating that authorities are doing everything possible to secure the prompt release of the abducted teachers and students. The Barrister Wike, however, cautioned against politicizing security challenges, stressing that insecurity is a national problem that affects all parts of the country. He urged citizens to adopt a united approach in confronting threats to lives and property. He further disclosed that security agencies have made progress in their operation and called for national solidarity, emphasizing that an attack on any community should be viewed as a concern for the entire nation. The protest followed growing concerns over recent school kidnappings, with teachers, groups and civil society organizations demanding stronger security measures and the safe return of victims. Moving on now, the chairman of Kwali Area Council and the All Progressives Congress APC candidate for Abuja South Federal Constituency, Mr. Danladi Chia, joined the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, on an inspection tour of the ongoing Dafa-Gomani Pai Road project, linking the communities to the Abuja-Lokoja Expressway. The strategic road project, which traverses several communities within Kwali Area Council, is expected to boost transportation, facilitate commercial activities, and improve connectivity between rural communities and major economic corridors within the outside the FCT. Speaking during the inspection, Mr. Chia commended the FCT Minister for his commitment to infrastructural development and rural transformation, describing the project as a clear demonstration of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu aimed at bringing meaningful development to grassroots communities. The Kwali chairman, who also serves as the chairman of the FCT chapter of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, noted that the road would serve as a vital economic link for farmers, traders and residents by creating new opportunities for economic growth and improving access to markets, healthcare facilities and other essential services. Mr. Chia further stated that the project would open up more communities for investment and agricultural activities, thereby improving the livelihoods of residents and contributing to food security in the Federal Capital Territory. The inspection underscores the commitment of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) to deepening and opening up rural communities through strategic infrastructure projects designed to improve the quality of life of residents, promote inclusive development, and accelerate socio-economic growth across the territory. Now, still on the area councils, the chairman of Abaji Area Council, Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, has received members of the National Youth Service Corps NYSC Abaji chapter on a courtesy visit to his office. During the visit, the NYSC members presented the chairman with an award of excellence in recognizing of his standing leadership, commitment to youth development, and unwavering support for the welfare of corps members serving in Abaji Area Council. The award reflects the appreciation of NYSC community for the chairman's contribution to creating an enabling environment for youth empowerment, community development, and the successful execution of various community-based initiatives across the area council. Presenting the award, the NYSC representative commended the chairman for his continual support to corps members, noting that his administration was demonstrated a strong commitment to creating opportunity for young people to contribute meaningfully to national development. Responding, the chairman, Abaji Area Council, Alhaji Umar Abdullahi Umar Abubakar, expressed gratitude to the NYSC members for finding him worthy of the honor. He described the award as a motivation to do more in service to the people of Abaji and the youth of the nation. The chairman reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting programs and initiatives that promote youth development, education, skills acquisition, and community service. He urged the corps members to remain dedicated, disciplined, and committed to the ideals of the NYSC scheme while contributing positively to the growth and development of their host communities. Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi further assured the corps members of the council's continued support and welfare, emphasizing that young people remain critical stakeholders in socio-economic development of the area council and the nation at large. Meanwhile, the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Brigadier General Lakunle Nafiu, has reaffirmed the scheme's commitment to advancing agricultural development through initiative and innovative youth-focused initiative. He stated this in Abuja while delivering his address at the launch of the Youth in Agribusiness Land Trust Fund, an initiative of the Federal Ministry of Youth Development. The Director General described the launch of the fund as a demonstration of the government's commitment to empowering the next generation of young people in the agricultural sector. Nafiu noted that the NYSC Skills Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development programs places significant emphasis on agro-allied ventures and entrepreneurship, equipping corps members with the skills and knowledge needed to take advantage of emerging opportunities in the agribusiness. He stated that the initiative will provide corps members with opportunities to participate meaningfully in agricultural value chains and contribute to the transformation of Nigeria's agricultural sector. In his remark, the Minister of Youth Development, Comrade Ayodele Olawande, said the program would create employment opportunities for young Nigerians across the agricultural value chain. He disclosed that the ministry, in collaboration with its partners, was committed to expanding economic empowerment opportunities for youth nationwide. Highlights of the event include the recognition and celebration of outstanding young agripreneurs for their contribution to agricultural development and initiative. Now, the federal government abolished the 3-month pre-retirement leave for civil servants, according to a circular obtained by the media. The directive is contained in a circular titled Correct Interpretation of Public Service Rule 12243 on pre-retirement activities, issued by the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Didi Wilson Jack, and addressed to top government officials, including ministers, permanent secretaries, service chiefs, heads of agencies, and other senior public sector administrators. According to the document, FG directed ministries, departments and agencies to immediately discontinue the practice of placing civil servants on what is commonly referred to as a mandatory 3-month pre-retirement leave. Wilson Jack argued that such a provision does not exist in the public service rules, adding that several MDAs had wrongly interpreted the retirement notice period as an automatic leave period, leading to the premature withdrawal of officers from active service. The public service rule, according to her, only requires officers due for retirement to give 3-month notice before their exit date, attend a 1-month pre-retirement workshop or seminar, and use the remaining period to regularize service records and pension documentation. The Head of Services Directive seeks to standardize the implementation of the public service rules across government institutions and to prevent manpower losses resulting from the early disengagement of experienced officers. She explains that Rule 120243 establishes 3 distinct requirements: a notice obligation, attendance at the pre-requirement and retirement seminar during the first month, and completion of retirement-related documentation during the remaining 2 months. She reiterated officers remain public servants throughout the notice period and are expected to continue performing their official duties unless they are attending approved retirement workshop or have been granted leave under existing regulations. You're watching the news on ASO Television. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, also on StarTimes TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38. Now, still to come on the news, IGP Dishu calls for responsible use of police-related video content strengthens media partnership. Just stay with us for this story and more. Many thanks for staying there. Now to the rest of the stories. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Olatunji Dishu, has called for greater responsibility and caution in the recording and circulation of police-related video content, warning that the misuse of such materials would undermine officers' morale, distort public perception, and negatively affect ongoing security operations across the country. The IGP made a call during an interactive session with members of the Crime Correspondent Association of Nigeria held at the Police Resource Center, Jabi, Abuja. While reaffirming the Nigeria's police force commitment to accountability, transparency, professionalism, and respect for human rights, the IGP stressed the importance of balancing public scrutiny with operational realities and the welfare of officers working under difficult and high-risk conditions. According to him, police personnel continue to make enormous sacrifices daily in the discharge of their constitutional responsibilities and deserve public understanding and support. He cautioned against the growing trend of indiscriminate recording of officers during routine and sensitive activities, noting that such action could negatively impact morale at a time when security personnel are confronting multiple security challenges nationwide. The IGP also expressed concern over the circulation of old and misleading videos falsely presented as recent incidents, stressing that such content contributes to misinformation, public panic, and unnecessary tension within communities. Similarly, the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mahmood Adam Kambari, has reaffirmed the ministry's commitment to maintaining a strong working relationship with the Abuja Transportation and Aviation Correspondent Association, the ATACA. Speaking during a courtesy visit by members of the association in Abuja, Kambari assured journalists of continued cooperation and inclusive media engagement, saying the ministry would consider the association representatives for participation in selected local and international official engagement, while urging the association to ensure transparency in nominations. The permanent secretary commended the association for its consistent media support to the ministry and the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, noting that efforts are ongoing to advance reforms in aviation sector. Kamberi also disclosed plans for a ministerial press briefing to showcase key programs, policies and achievements of the ministry, pledging support for ATACA's annual conference scheduled for September 2026. Earlier, the association chairman, Ejike Omede, sought the ministry's support for the occasion's annual seminar and requested the inclusion of members in official local and foreign trips to enhance aviation sector coverage. Meanwhile, the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has arrested 1,691 offenders in a nationwide enforcement operation targeting overloading, mixed loading, and the use of fake vehicle number plates. The special operation condemned Operation Guduma, was conducted across major transport corridors in 11 states and led to 683 arrests for overloading and mixed loading, 1,003 arrests for number plate related offenses, and the apprehension of 5 suspects using fake diplomatic number plates. FRSC Corps Marshal Sheikh Mohammed described the findings as alarming, noting that the operation exposed widespread abuse of unauthorized vehicle identities and dangerous loading practices that threaten road safety and national security. The Corps also discovered several vehicles operating with overload cargoes and improperly secured containers, conditions that increase the risk of fatal crashes. Mohammed reiterated the Corps' zero-tolerance stance on traffic violation, warning that offenders will continue to face strict enforcement and prosecution. Following the success of the exercise, the FRSC says it plans to institutionalize Operation Guduma nationwide and strengthen collaboration with security agencies to curb road safety violation and fraudulent vehicle registration practices. Now, the Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Professor Ahmed Abubakar Audi, has reiterated that the Corps occupies a unique and irreplaceable position within the nation's security architecture. Professor Audi stated this during the opening ceremony of a 2-day strategic training on implementation of operational deliverables and research methodology held the Corps headquarters, Sauka, Abuja. Our reporter, Richard Alechenoyebe, completes the story.
In his remarks, the NSCDC boss emphasized the Corps' critical mandates, which include safeguarding critical national assets and infrastructure, disaster management, intelligence gathering, and active community engagement. He highlighted the essence of the program, explaining that the initiative reflects management's commitment to strengthen institutional capacity through innovation, technology, and evidence-based decision-making.
This program is designed to explore and promote the adoption of research methodology and digitalization as critical enablers for achieving the core operational deliverables in alignment with the presidential priorities. Like I just said, it is an instruction and a directive by the government, and there are some KPIs that have been designed for us to follow, in terms of what we do as per our mandate, and we are expected to do that sequentially and logically.
Professor Audi stressed that modern security challenges require analytical solutions, skills, meaning that personnel must look beyond field competence to identify problems, conduct research, and generate practical solutions. Earlier, the commandant in charge of planning, research, and statistics, Commandant Peter Okluhu, reminded participants that the federal government assesses the NSCDC strictly by its statutory deliverables and charged officers to maintain the highest levels of professionalism in their reporting post-training. Echoing this sentiment, the head of Critical Thinking, Research and Innovation Unit, Dr. Ogunshola Folashade, noted that navigating today's dynamic security environment demands a blend of field competence and critical thinking. A major highlight of the workshop was the official induction and administration of the Oath of Allegiance to the newly appointed CRTI DEX officers, conducted by the NSCDC Head of Legal, Commandant Bamiyo Akomolafe. The two-day intensive training brought together participants from all 36 states command and the Federal Capital Territory alongside representatives from all directorates, departments and units at the national headquarters. Richard Alechi Nwanyebe, ASO Television News.
Dr. Aisha Oheaku, head of the Nursing Department, University of Abuja, has described basic life support (BLS) as a vital aspect of the nursing profession. Dr. Oheaku stated this while declaring open a two-day training on basic life support and electrocardiography (ECG) organized as part of activities marking this year's Nursing Week at the University of Abuja Mini Campus, Gwagwalada, Abuja. Correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar has more.
The two-day training was organized by Kia Corps Mega Concept Initiative in collaboration with the Nigerian Cardiac Society on Basic Life Support and ECG as part of activities marking this year's Nursing Week. Speaking to the participating student, the head of Nursing Department, University of Abuja, Dr. Aisha Oheaku, urged them to take full advantage of the opportunity. She reminded the student that basic life support is essential in the nursing profession, stressing that any mistake by a nurse could have serious consequences, including loss of life and emotional trauma for affected families.
Nursing is caring. We give holistic care, not only to the sick. We think of even the ones that are behind the scene. So we believe that after this training, our students will be equipped to nurse their patients better off, both in emergency cases or in any other field.
Mrs. Madukwe Olusofoye, Basic Life Support Instructor and Chief Executive Officer of Kia Corps Mega Concept Initiative, said the training was designed to equip nursing students with practical knowledge and skills in basic life support and ECG. She explained that basic life support is the first line of intervention for patients experiencing cardiac arrest and emphasized the need for healthcare professionals to be adequately trained in emergency response techniques.
So we're looking at how to do what we call CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, as well as how to give breath into somebody who needs that level of breath. And then to conclude it, we'll teach them how to carry out what we call electrocardiogram, ECG, helping to assess the working of the heart and what the state of the heart is in at that time.
Some of the students also spoke on the significance of the training and what it means to them as student nurses.
I just did an exercise just now and I think I've learned one or two. It really means a lot to me.
It's upgrading my CV, my experience, so it means a lot to me.
It's helped enlighten me about CPR, which is a first-line intervention for people with cardiac arrests.
The students later engaged in practical sessions where they were taught how to handle patients during emergencies, particularly the appropriate procedure during their first contact with patients requiring urgent medical attention. At the end of the two-day training, the nursing students are expected to be more confident in responding to emergencies, thereby improving the quality of healthcare delivery. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
Now, the Director General of the non-governmental organization responsible for the campaign for President Bola Tinubu's re-election in 2027, known as Relax, Tinubu is Fixing Nigeria, Mr. Bala Ahmed, has kicked off a nationwide registration exercise of members. The Director General, Mr. Bala Ahmed, made this known during the launch of the exercise in Abuja. Topsy Gimba has the details.
The Director General, Relax, Tinubu is Fixing Nigeria, Mr. Bala Ahmed, said the idea was aimed at bringing out, in the last 3 years, the achievements of President Bola Tinubu in Nigeria. Mr. Bala Ahmed said over 300 projects are said to have been achieved by President Bola Tinubu, but many of them are not known to Nigerians. He said, Relax, Tinubu is Fixing Nigeria has taken it upon itself to go around the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT to bring out these projects before the public to appreciate the person of Mr. President Bola Tinubu. The Director General, Relax, Tinubu is Fixing Nigeria, said the organization is targeting over 5 million registered Nigerians, both young and old, for Tinubu re-election in 2027.
Nigeria's Medan for the remarkable effort being made to support entrepreneurship, small businesses, innovation, skills acquisition, and economic empowerment across the country. Those interventions continue to create opportunities for millions of Nigerians, especially our youth, thereby strengthening the nation's economy and advancing the goal of the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President.
His Deputy Director General and a popular Nigerian Nollywood actor, Zach Oji, also explained further why the campaign has become obviously necessary for Nigerians.
People will all have the opportunity to register. I'm just going to run through those who can register. We have youths. Youths can register. Women, men, students, professionals, market associations, community leaders, supporters of Relax Tinubu is Fixing Nigeria movement, professional associations, people living with special needs.
The woman leader of the organization, Dr. Uma Sani, also spoke at the launch of the registration exercise.
And then we're going to work very, very hard, as we're always doing in Relax Tinubu is Fixing Nigeria, so that we go to the grassroots, and then all the women, the market women, we start seeing the results. That is all I can say for now, because everybody is going to go into the exercise, do their registration, and by the special grace of God, Mr. President is coming back in 2027.
Other leaders of the organization, like the National Secretary Architect Felix Arume and the National Coordinator Southeast Nigeria, Mr. John Bosco, all spoke at the flag-off exercise. Topsy Gimba, reporting for ASO Television News.
Now let's move from politics. The Chinese Embassy in Nigeria, in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Youth Development, has organized a youth exchange seminar aimed at strengthening bilateral relations and advancing the vision of a China-Africa community with a shared future. Speaking at the event, Minister Councillor Zhou Haiyou and Cultural Councillor Yang Jiangjing highlighted recent measures by China to deepen economic cooperation with Africa. They noted that China has introduced zero tariffs on products from 13 African countries and enhanced trade channels to boost African exports to the Chinese market. They also encouraged young people from both nations to foster dialogue and turn initiatives and innovative ideas into meaningful socio-economic benefits.
On this side, I would like to say a few words to the Nigerian youth there today. You are leaders and pioneers in your fields. I hope you will become storytellers of China-Nigeria's and China-Africa corporations, sharing our visions of leading cooperation with the world. And to Chinese youth here, I hope you will grow from the participant into champions of our partnerships. Use your voices, platforms to build a broader support, inspire more young people from both sides, and advance China-Nigeria's cooperation.
In the mutually beneficial and pragmatic cooperation group, so many Nigerian youth mentioned that they hope our two countries can deepen our technology and economic cooperation, especially the youth, to give Nigerian youth more opportunity to be trained and assist Nigerians' economic development. Actually, thank you for your trust. And economic cooperation is very, very, very important part of our two countries' cooperation.
The Chinese officials further called on Nigerian and Chinese youth to promote mutual understanding and stronger cooperation. They reaffirmed China's commitment to working closely with Nigeria's Ministry of Youth Development by creating more opportunities for youth exchanges, partnership and collaboration. Representing the Minister of Youth Development, Director of Education and Youth Development, Mr. Despang Kwaldam, described the initiative as a valuable platform for empowering Nigerian youth through internship, employment opportunities, cultural exchanges, and technology-driven programs.
We will miss the point if we think this discussion is just about what young people can do to benefit from China, what China can do to benefit. No, it's about building a future together. What future do we want to create? I think that's the essence of this cooperation. And we will miss the point if we just go away hoping government or somebody is the one that will do it. Government is just a facilitator. You are the active drivers. You are the ones who will take up this vision and connect with your Chinese friend and tell them this is the future, this is the future we are going to build, that we are going to share together.
He stressed that such engagement would help equip young people with the skills and exposure needed to contribute meaningfully to national development and international cooperation. Participants, including members of the National Youth Service Corps, expressed excitement over the insights gained from the seminar. They noted that stronger cooperation between Nigeria and China, particularly in technology and innovation, could significantly benefit the education sector and youth development.
We shared initiatives that the youth could bring at the advantage that China and Nigeria have. China as one of the most populous countries, and Nigeria as one of the most populated countries, Africa, and also having like the youngest mind. So this program today opened my mind and opened me up to the ongoing progress between Nigeria and China, and then the future as well, because they are not just thinking of investing and in infrastructure, but also investing in the grassroots, which is us as the individuals.
So they actually made us understand that it's not just only about the higher sector and the lower, that also the lower sector that they also do. They brought, like, we actually complain about that why did they like bringing government, like whether is the relationship only about government and them. They now explain to us that it's not only about our own government and them, that they're also bringing like some programs for us to actually like engage in it. Like also this is a program that we the youth are also meant to like engage in that.
The seminar held at the Chinese Cultural Center concluded with organizers pledging to sustain platforms that will transform youth engagement into long-term economic growth, innovation, and development for both countries. But that's the bulletin. But before we go and look at one of our major stories again, we told you that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, has assured protesting teachers and civil society organizations in Abuja that security agencies are working to secure the release of abducted teachers and students. That's the news. I am Joy, and thank you for watching.